So, Ragan, what do you think about this stuff?
Cocktail. That's so bad.
Oh my God.
Right? I got excited. It's so good.
Summer drink. This is great.
Isn't that fantastic?
I'm
And
living on it. Living on a prayer.
I just feel like
I love grapefruit.
I do too, girl. I could go for grapefruit every time.
Yes.
I just like to drink it. I like to eat it. I like it.
I mean, balls to the wall on grapefruit. Grapefruit.
Grapefruit.
Grapefruit.
Oh.
You ever had a grapefruit?
I love grapefruit.
Ragan, you like a grapefruit?
Shaylea. Grapefruit's my favorite fruit, I think.
Shot and raw.
Shut and raw. I love grapefruit.
It's really good.
It is so good.
That is really good.
Shop-
No one knows what it is and you won't until the end. You have to keep watching and listening.
It's going to be a really good time.
gonna
I
be
can
a
feel
rough
it
day.
already happen. I actually,
It's because my hair's...
okay, I need to get a side table. Hold on.
I'm sorry you're doing all the work right now.
I need you to just stay where you're at because you are just holding down the fort over there.
Ragan, what are you doing? You look great. You look kind of rock and roll.
Thanks.
We should look up a concert.
Yes, we talk about that.
Yeah,
Let's do it.
We're going to.
After we started working together, one of our first best bonding moments.
It really
It
was.
was great. We should actually send our editor one of our pictures. We have some really cute pictures of us.
Because-
soaking
Because that's why.
It's so
So
good.
we went to a concert.
Yes.
In Bentonville.
at the Momentary.
Yeah, so it's like an hour. It's like 45 minutes, hour drive.
Yeah.
Did we grab dinner?
I think we were just like, no,
No, we didn't because somebody had a showing and it was like, get there.
go, go, go.
Yeah, we just got there and drank or something.
I think so. I think we drank our
That's a good
dinner.
choice. Anyways,
Choices were made.
rain was on the horizon.
And it was so beautiful outside, but there was just like this, it was rolling in.
And it's an
You could-
outdoor venue.
Yes, and we didn't know anything about it.
No.
We had no clue.
We'd never been
We've never
there.
been.
Neither
People
of us.
bring chairs. Surprise, surprise.
We did not.
They bring their wagons full of their crap and their blankets.
Did not.
They
We didn't
bring
bring An umbrella.
an umbrella, a raincoat, a poncho, none of the above. We just got in and said, there's a grassy knoll. Let's go get a grapefruit drink. I think we did grapefruit drinks that night too.
We did. There was a
Paloma situation.
Yeah, it was a Paloma.
And then we went and found a spot on the hill. It was so fun. It was something I'd never heard of until you had shown them to me like a couple weeks
Like
before.
Street Dive, they're amazing.
And one of my besties, Jess, she loves them too. She was there with her daughter. Her daughter loves
Yeah.
them actually. It was such a fun time. And then it poured down rain.
Like it started raining mid-concert and poured rain. Like we were
Poured.
sopping.
We had jeans. I had jeans on. I don't remember.
Yes.
And it was just like they were just like, just like hanging on.
It
but
was amazing.
It was so
and
fun.
everyone, like, they have a song about dancing, and all of their stuff's kind of groovy. You should totally listen to them.
Yes.
Can we link to the artist?
Link here.
Link to the artist. Check them out. But everyone was like literally dancing in the
It was
rain.
so fun. And everybody was smiling and laughing. There were some people that were like hunkered down, but most people were just like, there's nothing you could do about it. Just dance.
Just
It
enjoy.
was so fun.
Yeah.
Like we just took our shoes off and we just
It was amazing.
put our feet in the mud. It was great. It was fun.
Good. Going pee with the wet jeans on though after was
That was
difficult.
rough. Or walking like.
You're so heavy in wet jeans.
Did we have? I feel like before we got in the car, we had a change of clothes or
We
something.
did. Why
Is
did
that
we
how-
change?
I don't know. How'd that work? Huh?
I don't know.
It's a mystery.
I do remember changing pants.
I do too. I think I'm like, just
But
as
I
long-
don't think I did on the way home. It's like when we got there, I changed my pants in dry. In dry pants. I don't know.
you had extra. You're like, thank goodness I changed in my car all the time, or take extra. There was something about that, and then you're like, look, and you had something.
Good thing I live out of my car.
Yeah, same. Cool. That's a good memory.
I do have a home.
I know you do. It's gorgeous.
My
Well-
car's better though.
Huh? A car is better.
I don't know.
I live
I'll
on mine.
Okay. Oh, before we do this, how was your weekend? Here's the deal.
We change
It's
days
a Thursday.
because we can.
It's a Thursday.
It's Thursday now. We used
So
to do
it's too
Mondays.
far. I can't even remember the weekend at this point.
Nope, same. I had a graduation party that was really fun that we went to. We went to, and then I had book club meeting, but we didn't do book club because a lot of people had to cancel, and some people didn't even like the books. They didn't read it over here. And I always read the book club book even when I don't like it. And I was like, chapter 1. Nope. I'd rather read this other one over here.
Yeah, good. I love that.
Anyway.
That's good.
Okay, but bad news. And I need it. Bad news on this. I read a lot of books. And I'm listening to a book and I'm reading a book right now. And suddenly a new character came in. She's going to be a main character of one of the books. Same name as the person in my other book. I'm like, great. I had to just...
Well, that's going to be
I'm
bad
done.
news.
I'm done here. That's when it gets confusing. Anyway. I don't know what else
Yes,
I did.
that's like when we have the same client name and we're like, whoa.
I know I accidentally sent the wrong thing to this person.
I called the husband the wrong name because the wife had this.
Oh.
I said, you remember that?
Yeah.
On an audio message?
Yep.
Like, who's this guy? And I was like, I'm so sorry. No.
There's too many of you.
Too many.
Why can't your husband have the same name as you? Why can't you go? You both have the same, and you both boys have the same.
Match everywhere or don't match at all.
They don't care about our feelings.
Okay. Oh, one funny story from my week.
Yeah.
My kids, they were downstairs. Sometimes they play fight, whatever, like Ninja Turtles, wrestle.
Sure.
So Amaya and Brooks, they're play fighting. And I look over and she's got
what?
Something like a little Lego in her mouth that's like a palm tree branch, but it's in her mouth. She's like, I'm just smoking over here. You ready to fight?
I love it!
Like, yes, like you are weathered. She's a weathered woman.
She is. She's been through it. She's been through the trenches. She's been through the trenches. I love that.
Finish this guy off.
Finish this guy. Okay, that's adorable.
That's great. Okay.
Did you ever have candy cigarettes when you were a kid?
Absolutely.
I loved them so much. I felt so bad.
Yes.
Like my parents let me have them a few times, and they're like, "That's probably not a good idea." Because I'm like,
loved them.
In the back seat of the car, holding it.
I felt awesome.
I felt it too.
What is it about a cigarette?
And then I got
so cool.
eat it and pull up the next one.
Which is why we're all just eating cigarettes now.
Oh, that's all we do with them?
I know we shouldn't, but we should. I was actually at a friend's birthday party recently, and somebody brought candy cigarettes. It was awesome. It was so
I didn't
fun.
know they still made those.
Yeah. They ordered them. They came in a little crumbled, but
oh well,
they were still pieces.
It's like they're like a box of chalk.
They literally are. I'm pretty sure it's actually chalk.
You know, kids don't need those nowadays because they just go straight into smoking like at 6 years old, right? They don't bother. That palm tree.
Let me put this one out. All right.
She like her toe like.
Okay, today we're talking about a workshop.
Mm-hmm.
What else would you call it?
It was a workshop.
Yeah. That we went to with Jordan Freed, which he's within the Keller Williams world. He's a coach. Mm-hmm. Like, he had a real estate business, also a life coach, real estate coach, lots of things.
I love that he was from Lawrence, Rock Chalk.
Yeah.
I almost said that out loud, then I was like, I better not do that. I don't want him to think I'm sucking up to him.
Yeah. We've been like,
Rock Chalk, Jayhawk, okay, you. Okay, about this playbook.
Yeah, it was
great.
It was really good.
I didn't know what to expect, personally. You've seen him before, haven't you? Oh, well, I have been in one of his classes before online, but it's been a while.
I've seen him on a bigger stage, so this was a more intimate setting, and it wasn't workshop-y, it was like a talking.
Yeah. And then we'd stop and do an activity. And then,
I mean, when I saw him before, it was a bigger stage, so it wasn't as like...
No, intimate and not...
Right.
Yeah, it was more of a speech.
Yeah.
This is a workshop.
Yeah, which I loved.
I do too. Because it forces you to start making application immediately.
Yeah.
And so you can feel what it should feel like when you do the thing on your own later.
And it was so seamless. So one of the first things he had us walk through was a gratitude exercise. Mm-hmm. Which was amazing.
Yeah, smart.
It was so good.
There's scientific studies now that say it changes your emotional, mental, and physical health if you have gratitude daily.
I believe it.
Something else that I've always been taught to do, and I'm really bad about it, and I need to, is write out in a notebook, have like a notebook to have your answered prayers. Like after you see something answered, then so you don't forget. Like if later down the line you're having troubles, you can go back and see that. So it's kind of the same idea. Like I always pictured that if I were to journal better, like I want to,
yes,
that those would go together.
I love that.
Daily gratitude, answered prayers would be tucked in there along the way.
Yeah. Prayers, answered prayers.
Yeah.
Gratitude. I love that.
All that stuff. I think that's great.
Well, I think it shows, on the prayer side, it just shows, because you forget so quickly, like, how faithful God can be sometimes. Mm-hmm. And then you got to look back to be like, oh.
Yeah.
He is.
Yeah. And you can get negative or feel like you're not,
Or you can get caught up in new problems and forget the ones that you previously prayed on. And you're like, oh, God was working this whole time.
Yeah, it was working. Yep. Yeah, it's good stuff. So anyway, back to what we did there yesterday was gratitude.
It was really great.
Yeah.
One of the things he actually started the class with, which I thought was great, was he said most people suffer from problems of abundance, not scarcity. That there's too much choice in society.
I went ding,
Beautiful.
ding, ding. Yes.
Yeah.
We can do I like this too. We can do anything, but not everything you have to choose.
Yes.
It's so true.
Yeah. You really can do anything.
Yeah, but you can't do everything.
Not well. Whoa. You'll be just a scattered person, which is why we're all like,
yeah, all the time.
Yeah.
Love it.
The other thing, I didn't necessarily write this down, but he said, and I thought this was just good perspective on society. He said, we're living in statistically the safest time ever in all categories. It is the stay alive. And he said, and we are by far the most anxious as a society that we've ever been.
So wild.
Which so many thoughts I have on that.
Same, yeah.
But what I love is his point with all of that being in gratitude can help ground you from that, because it does, and it doesn't take long to do it. So one practical thing that he had us do was he had us look back at the last 6 months. Just think about events and things in life that were awesome, that you were grateful for, events that you would want to go back and visit. Write them all down. So when you go back through, and then you're looking at like we were looking at pictures and laughing about
like, well, that's going down for sure.
That's a memory. But then you just you started laughing, you started smiling, you started looking at all these things, and then you go through and he was like, pick your top 3. And so it took 10 minutes. It didn't take any time at all to just think through, look at this life that is beautiful. And even if it's felt like a hard season, there's nuggets of like gold in there, which I thought was really great. So
I love too that, because we've been in lots of business goal setting or even personal goal setting.
Yeah.
I've done it with my family before. I failed to do it this year, which is fine. But I wish I would have done it. I just kept putting it off, but we can still do it.
Yeah.
What I love about it, what he said, and it made so much sense, is that goal setting is always cerebral. That's how people approach it. But he was talking about, and he had all these different reasons why it's important to approach it from emotion, from heart, instead of from the head. Because, and that made so much sense to me, because truly, when things are, you can think about things all day long, but once you settle it into your heart, that's when things really, the scriptures talk about how the heart is the seat of motivation, and that's when things move you. When you work it comes from a place of the heart. So that's for multiple things in life, but I love that. And so he talks about how significant that is, because then it gives you the reasons to do it, not just the steps, not just the why you want to get to that, not just the goal and the why, but it's, well, I guess it is the why, not just the goal, but the why, the heart reasons. The
motivation is important. I actually, and this is different than this training. I was actually in a different training in Austin last week, and we were talking, it was about coaching specifically, but they were talking about, they were like, you can set all these goals, but if they're not connected to anything emotional in your life, it won't matter, and you will forget about it, and it won't come true, because it's not connected to the internal being of you, and you're a whole person.
Yeah. I'm just now thinking about this, but that is why it's so important in work. So I did a lot of personal thinking yesterday, not work thinking. Sometimes your brain's in a different space, and so yesterday was more of a personal. But I'm thinking today about why this is so important, because when we do a consultation with a buyer, we ask them a lot of times, or we try to feel them out on what their goal is and why, and why they're trying to buy. Why suddenly, as a first-time home buyer, you want to buy something? And why is this important to you? And I try to remember that as we're going through the search process too, because sometimes people can children, legacy type situation. And so I'm thinking about that. That's really important, to revisit the goals with everybody that I'm with.
Yes.
Which I feel like I do that, but it's just really good to have this settled in my mind again.
Well, and we're people, and we're ever changing, and our emotions land in different spots on different days.
Yeah.
So when they came in for a consult, they could be in a different emotional space than they are when they're looking. So
absolutely.
But if the motivation's never changing, then
that's
really important. So
it's good.
Yeah. It's amazing.
Cool.
Okay. Sorry, now I've got to get back to my other notes. Okay, so let's see here. So he was really seamless in breaking it down, and it made it really easy. It was essentially, what are important things for you? What are things that you would want to be able to accomplish in 90 days?
I love that. He said most goal setting is 12 months. But he's like, no, we need
Chunk
to
it down.
Yeah.
Because here's the deal, honestly. Okay, I'm just thinking about this right now. If I would have written down, if he would have said by the end of the year, I probably would have written down the same goals.
Right.
I don't think I wouldn't have thought of a bigger goal because what I want to accomplish is the same.
Right.
And it's actually really possible in 90 days. I don't need 6 months for it.
Yeah.
And I thought, right now I'm thinking, I truly don't think I would have changed what my goals were if the time would have been doubled.
Interesting.
And it's accomplishable in half.
And that brings us to another thing he said yesterday, that we have a dysfunctional relationship with time. And I was like,
amen.
Like, that was huge for me. And I could sit here all day and tell you all the reasons why, but I think it's important for each of us to really take an opportunity to think about that phrase and make application of what's my dysfunction with time.
Yes.
Because he was talking about how sometimes if we abuse time, like we don't take notice of time in the right way, then we feel like we have all the time in the world, or sometimes we do have more time than we think, and so then we try to get all these things done. It was just the way he said it. It was just like, it made so much sense that we sometimes have to stop and think, I got some time for this. Let's calm down. Or it's, no, I want to make this a priority, so let's get some performance. We have to
create urgency around it.
Yeah, create urgency. That's the word. Yeah.
Well, I think it's the perception of time, I think, that creates the dysfunction with it.
Yeah.
Even thinking about days with my kids, if I'm in a hurry and like, it really didn't change the amount of time it took to do anything.
Right.
It just literally created stress for everybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I think that's the part where it gets really hard to say, hi, where it's like, it's going to take them the same amount of time to put their shoes on.
Yeah. But if you're there, like,
all I've done is have this like really like stressed out perception of like time. And here's the deal. And I love this too. He said, if you keep 80% of your calendar, that's a win. Because you're a person and things happen. And, and that was so beautiful. I honestly was like, that's freeing, because sometimes we're just going to be a little late.
Permission granted, right?
To be a person.
Yeah, yeah.
To be a human being and not a robot. And I thought that was amazing.
It's important. Cool.
Yep.
Talk about the inner critic versus inner coach and abusing yourself. And abusing yourself internally and is not going to make you perform any better. Not going to make you.
No.
And that's just a good reminder, because we all have that inner critic. So
true. Well, there's also a phrase that says in leading people, tell them who they are. Like, tell them who like you want them to be, and state it as that's who they are, and like that's who they grow into being, which I think is so true. Like, you're so kind to kids, and they're not always kind.
Hey, right.
But they, you know what I mean? Like, you're telling them, like, you're growing them into that, which I thought was good. The other thing too I wrote down was happiness is a choice and not a set of circumstances. Happiness is in here, it's not out here. So
absolutely. Well, because he talked about too, like, without gratitude, nothing's ever enough. And he was talking about just how people are always striving for more, and they're not just, whenever you sit back and you have gratitude for what you've got, it's not that you're settling, but it's maybe I've already had success, and let's just really embrace that and sit back and have appreciation for the success you have at the moment and what you've created or whatever the situation is, instead of constantly being discontent.
That it's never enough.
It's never enough.
I think there's a difference between and he had different words for this, but contentment and complacency. Like, you can be content with what you have, and like, I am content and I'm like satisfied, this is great, without being complacent and not, caring.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Or settling. That's a good word for that.
Yeah.
Let's see what else we have on there. Oh, you can't create from survival. That's good. If we're living in survival mode all the time, how are we ever going to expect ourselves to create anything? Really, anything.
I like too that he reminded us, so we did an exercise, and he told us that without revisiting it regularly, reading through the goals, reading through it helps you find patterns and helps you to see where maybe you can make adjustments. But if you don't look at it regularly, you just write your goals down at the beginning of the year, every 90 days, whatever the situation is, and you like, cool, and you set it aside and leave it tucked in a folder somewhere in the bottom of your purse or whatever, or in this notebook that I will never open again, or whatever, then it's not going to do anything. It's what you have in front of you. But so you take those goals, though, and you put them into actionable items, and those actionable items go into your calendar. It just was like, I don't know, just made so much sense. I mean, we know that, like, if you don't put it in your calendar that you're going to work out, then it's not, you're never going to do it. But it's more than that. There's other steps that maybe need to get you up to, like, even like I've always been, for weeks I've been trying to get my workout room fixed. Yeah. Right? But I never put it on the calendar. Because I knew that on my day off I would get to it.
At some point.
You're right. And I didn't until the very last minute, and I was like very frustrated and was in a very bad state of mind. And I was like, "That's it! I know I need to work out. I better go up there and finish that." And I did, and it was amazing. Although we had an accident in there, and it caused a whole other issue. But anyway,
it's a whole other story.
Oh, that's another story. But when I was sitting there writing this stuff down yesterday, I was like, if I had just put some of those things on my calendar. And like literally just even if it didn't happen at that moment, I would have moved it to another day, Yep. It would have happened much quicker.
Yes.
And so that's something I learned a lesson on yesterday, which was great.
That's a great lesson. I love that. Because it's true. And it's simple and easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
I love that. I think there are two more things that I wrote down that I would want to say. One, everyone wants to be heard and understood. And the last training I went to last week, they were like, how would you know that somebody needs encouragement? And the answer was like, they're breathing. They're a human. Every person
that's so true.
Needs encouragement. Every person wants to be understood. Every person wants to be heard. Mm-hmm. How do you know that somebody needs something? Because they're just alive. Because we all need it. I thought that was so good. And then the last thing he said, which I love this, was he said his favorite number is 24, which is why his birthday was June 24th. Also my birthday.
What? Are you over there like, me too, bro? 24.
That was the day cool people entered the world.
Okay.
But he was saying that, he said, life is never happening to me. It's always happening for me. And yes, and I thought, and the good question around that is, what is this meant to teach me? So even if it's something hard, or if it's something that you feel like, you're like, I feel like this is happening to me. Number one, that's a valid feeling. And how can we get our mind to like turn it around and be like, okay, what am I supposed to be learning in this moment? And this hard situation can also be happening for me if I choose to grow through it. Yeah. It's a literal choice. I love that.
Yeah, that's great.
It gives you ownership and control back to your life. It's not just out of control.
Absolutely.
You have choices you can make.
Absolutely. One of the last things he said that I wrote down too, that was actually, all of that was there for me too, but then he said the ability to coach oneself is a keystone skill, and keystone skills ignite all the other skills. So just that ability to inward reflection, and we all struggle. I think every human struggles. We're not going to sit around like, let me think about my inner being. I mean, whatever, my inner self, and what I'm thinking, what I'm feeling all the time. We just live life.
Yeah.
But I think taking the time, even if that means for me personally, like it's in the calendar. It needs to just be in the calendar. Like I know when I was losing weight earlier this year, that every day I would do breath work, and almost every day I would journal. And those things don't make you eat less necessarily, or make you be more active to where you're burning calories, but they brought down my cortisol level, which turns me into a jerk whenever I'm like reaching my top point. And those things, and then the cortisol levels make you gain weight and make you feel like trash. Yeah. So it's like, okay, so now maybe I should just put those silly little 5-minute things in my calendar. So I go back and I do those things every single day. I would do breath work. I would do my rebound, 5 minutes of breath work, 3 minutes on the rebounder, and journaling for like 5 minutes. And I'm like,
that's less than 20 minutes.
I was adding it up. I was like, what did you do? Oh my gosh.
How can I not find 20 minutes
dysfunction with time, my dysfunctional relationship with time.
Yes.
Anyway.
So I love that.
I did too. I love there was reverse bucket list. That's what you talked about. And so that was really cool to like look back and really think about it. And then he broke down, and then we, at the end of it, we did like a letter to ourselves our letter in 90 days. We literally wrote the date down, and it's like you reflecting back, which we did this in bold, and I liked that. So it's the same idea, that bold training we do for real estate for sales.
Yeah.
But I liked that, and that actually opened up my brain a lot. Like, and I think they did it bold, but this time was different because it was a little more personal, not business related.
Yeah.
So anyway, it was fun.
Okay, because you're a whole person. And if we go back to emotions are the things that are going to make you act. Emotions are what make you act. That's what actually, if people are like, I'm logical and I only make decisions on the logic.
Yeah.
Okay, and emotions are actually typically the driver of any action. And so I think that you saying that is, of course, it was all personal because it's your personal life.
Yeah.
And even if that ends up affecting your business,
Which it will.
and it will, it's
You have to connect with it. You have to address it. You have to give it notice.
Yeah.
You have
Where
to
are
give
you
it
right
attention.
now?
Yep. Absolutely.
it's good.
That's so good.
Love it.
Okay,
Look back.
so 90 days.
Be
We're gonna.
grateful.
So we already put on the calendar for our team.
Yeah.
In 90 days to sit down and actually do that whole exercise again. So
Yeah.
that'll be really fun to see how that works out.
Okay.
Look at us.
Look at us. Okay, I feel like we've been forming, I'm just going to say this really quick, like a cocktail character. Okay, but what if we take a different vibe? What if pick a genre of music and let's just try it?
Okay. Okay. So I've been really into my 90s like alternative lately. Because I found a couple of mixed CDs.
Yes.
Or it's more early 2000s.
Okay.
So let's do it in the genre of like
90s alt.
Yeah, like Blink 182.
Okay.
Or let's kind of.
Okay.
Or
I'm trying to get that vibe.
Or we could go into like let's see. What else have I listened to? That was more early 2000s, I guess. Shoot.
I'm gonna need you to pick. That's a difference.
Okay,
there.
maybe should we do Blink 182 or should we try something else? You pick something.
I mean, Blink 182 is not bad. I'm trying to get my cocktail. I'm trying to get my. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Am I starting it?
I feel like it's your idea, so yeah.
No. This is two people.
Hey, I made the drink. You've come up with the idea. You just started the idea.
Okay. Now all I have is
Cocktail
that
characters. We got our cocktail
all
characters.
the cocktails.
And the characters. All right.
Okay.
You left the grapefruit in the glass. The blast.
That's hard.
It really is.
Well, now that I have a song attached, it's
I
harder.
know.
There was a cocktail coming down the street. It was looking at me in my eyes. I said, cocktail, are you a character? It said, yeah, come inside. So I went inside to the cocktail's house. He was telling me his story about his life. And I said, what? And he said, yeah. And I said, are you a cocktail character?
Cocktail character.
Cocktail.
Character.
I don't know why the cocktail became a person. I looked him in his eyes. I did go inside though, you know what I'm saying? This old boy gets at that drink.
Yeah.
I'll say it. Maybe we just try that every time.
I wonder if we should have Gabe cut that out. I really don't. I hope he doesn't. That was amazing.
Okay.
This will be on the cutting room floor for sure.
I'm picking a genre for you.
Oh. Okay.
I want you to do Broadway.
Okay.
I just almost choked on my drink.
Okay. Might get into it.
Okay, I can't drink while you're doing this.
I should
I'm gonna choke it.
Okay, we think about this. I think I would be able to do this as much as my kids listen to, or my husband and my daughter listen to Hamilton 24/7.
All right.
Okay, so
This is good.
okay. How did you do that? How did you do that? Okay.
You're on stage. The show is cocktail
I'm like,
characters. Yeah. Okay.
nervous. Okay. So many cocktails, so many characters, so many cocktails, characters. I'm going back into my same vibe. So many cocktails, we like all the kinds. We tried tequila, then we tried the rum. We put lots of different fruit in them. Come down and have a cocktail at the cafe.
That was like a commercial jingle.
Let's not.
Good job.
Thanks.
I like it as a commercial. All I saw that whole time was like people dressed up in rum bottles and tequila outfits.
I'll work on that.
Okay, what is our drink today?
Okay, so I think that we make sure we put it, if I remember to send it, put the link in here, because this is not my recipe. I found it online, of course, like I do.
Ooh,
It's, yeah, elderflower sangria. And it is in a big old jar or pitcher. You do a bottle of white wine or rosé wine. I use Sauvignon Blanc this time.
Very good.
I would
suggest.
I like it. And then you do a cup of grapefruit juice, a half a cup of orange juice, which
fresh squeeze.
I did fresh squeeze these. So good.
We ain't playing around with that
Nope.
stuff.
What else? Oh yeah, two ounces of like honey or agave or simple syrup. 2 ounces of that.
Okay.
2 ounces of elderflower liqueur and 2 ounces of Contro. All right. Even
It's
look
good.
at you.
She's right, control.
And then I put the fruit in there, chunks of the fruit, the oranges, grapefruit, and some raspberries. And then and then you put it in a glass with some ice, and you top it with some sparkling water.
I feel like you could do any fruit.
100%. Have you ever made sangria?
Yeah.
Like you could do it. But for the summary, with an elderflower with grapefruit is always a win. Always a win.
Talking about the grapefruit.
Grapefruit.
Yeah, I love it. We should do an episode where all we speak is in that voice.
Grapefruit.
This is an elderberry sangria.
I think everybody would love it.
Ragan.
They would tune in. Shaylea.
They'd be out in 1 second. I hate these guys.
Like, well, I listened to the other stupid episodes, but not that one.
Not the weirdie. Yeah, it's great. I love it. Thanks for making it, friend.
You're welcome.
These are my new candy cigarettes. All right, I gotta go find some people.